Good afternoon. You're looking live over the lake this Sunday, November 4th. Here's what's making news right now. The presidential election is 2 days away. How the candidates are spending their final campaign days. Smashed windows and missing items, a series of car break-ins in Columbia. And a $10,000 grant to fund the recycling effort. KOMU8 News First at 5 starts now. Missouri is sending a team from the State Emergency Management Agency to help with the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. Good afternoon, I'm Stacey Kafka. Governor Nixon says SEMA members are recognized for their experience in disaster management. They will help keep track of volunteers and donations. Just 2 days until Election Day, the campaigns are making their final arguments to voters. And with only a tiny margin separating the candidates, they know every vote counts. NBC's Kristen Welker is traveling with the president. And while that's what's going on nationally, for everything closer to home, stick with KOMU8's Smart Decision 2012 coverage. We'll be airing another full candidate interview tonight at 9 and 10 to give you all the information you need to know to make the smartest decision this election. And on election night, we'll have live coverage from all the key state and local races. All right, thanks, Rosie. A series of break-ins were reported earlier this morning in the Bearfield neighborhood of Columbia. Multiple residents reported that their cars had windows smashed and items were missing from their vehicles. Residents say they did not hear anything overnight and do not know why their neighborhood was targeted. One resident says it seems to be out of the blue. Zappa has filed a police report about the break-ins, and police do not have any lead-ins at this time. A trailer fire in the Woodstock Mobile Home Park destroyed the home of a four-person family this morning. The 2 adults and 2 children evacuated the home safely before fire and smoke consumed most of the trailer. The Columbia Fire Department says it received a call from the homeowner a little before 9:30, and crews arrived minutes later. The cause of the fire is unknown, but the department says it might have started in the wood-burning stove in the trailer. The department says it's now trying to help the family with the aftermath of the fire. Fraser says the damage will cost about $40,000, so the family will probably not be able to repair their home. The Columbia City Council is set to vote on funding for new recycling bins around town. A $10,000 grant from the Mid-Missouri Solid Waste Management District and about $3,000 from the city could pay for 4 more of these large bins. That money would also pay for recycling signs on the drop-off bins. The City Council isn't sure yet where the new bins will go. The second annual Wounded Warrior Run was held earlier today at Peace Park, and the run was throughout Columbia. The 5K and 10K were organized by the Army ROTC of the University of Missouri. The event raises money for the Wounded Warriors Fund, which helps veterans coming back from the war. Organizers raised more than $3,000 for the fund. Lieutenant Colonel Rob Boone with the Army ROTC says the race helps bring awareness of veterans to Mid-Missouri. About 180 runners pre-registered for this year's race, and another 40 signed up this morning at Peace Park. Getting your first pick without being an early riser, a new extension of the farmers market pops up
by the time we get into this weekend. So we're still holding on to those really nice days as long as we can in November. Looking pretty good as we're heading into this weekend.
I'm excited for that heat.
Yeah, I know. Not going to be too bad. And 10 degrees above average, we'll take it.
All right. Thanks, Rosie.
Sure.
Columbia residents who can't make it to the farmers market may never again have to worry about missing out. KOMU8's Nick Brennan tells us about a unique kind of delivery service that brings the market to the masses. First Pick is considering hiring more employees if the demand for their service continues to grow. We'll be right back after the break. Many think of needles as a cause of pain, but more people are turning to them to relieve it. The fatal meningitis outbreak has many steering away from steroid shots and seeking alternative treatments. KOMU8's Julia Manning tells us how Columbia residents are turning to acupuncture to heal their pain. None of Columbia's hospitals offer acupuncture treatments. Inspiring humans with disabilities, a pup with 2 legs pushes through her difficulties. Boone Hospital's overall mission is to improve community health. One of the hospital's current programs is weight management for children to help fight childhood obesity. As part of that initiative, the hospital recently gave a green makeover to a kid hotspot in Columbia to encourage youngsters to be active outdoors. The hospital hopes it serves as a reminder for families and their children to get outdoors after a day of shopping. A walking 2-legged dog travels the country and world with her owner to share her inspirational story. I spoke with some parents and patients at MU's Children's Hospital today about how Faith, the dog's story, inspired them. Although Faith is retiring in December, her story continues to touch the lives of the people she meets. We'll be right back after the break. Here's a reminder to stick with us tonight and the rest of the week for our continuing Smart Decision 2012 coverage. We'll see you at 9 and 10 tonight.